Brothers and friends, hello. My name is Rob Goodell, and I am proud to serve as the fraternity's Executive Director. Thank you for tuning in today to celebrate Phi Gamma Delta's 175th anniversary and our 2023 Giving Day with us. It is an exciting time for our fraternity, with a lot going on. So I am pleased to introduce to you Bill Honeycutt, a Texas Arlington graduate class of 1981, your Archon President, to give you an update and the State of the Fraternity Address. Bill, welcome and thank you for joining today.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate the introduction. It's good to be here today and to be sharing this message with you. Brothers, almost 2 centuries ago, the founding fathers of our fraternity sat together and created the foundations of a fraternal organization dedicated to the ideals of friendship, knowledge, morality, service, and excellence. The Delta Association the founders formed with 6 men and a single chapter in 1848 has endured and flourished over the course of the last 175 years to grow into an international fraternity today of 141 chapters and provisional chapters with almost 9,500 undergraduate members across Canada and the United States. This is a remarkable story. Our fraternal organization was created before the occurrence of some of the most extraordinary events of the 19th and 20th centuries. Our roots began before the American Civil War. Phi Gams lived through the global flu pandemic of 1918, World War I, the Great Depression, and World War II. There were only 30 American states in 1848. In 1848, Canada was a single province composed of Canada East and Canada West. The year 1848 was nearly 20 years before the founding of the Confederation of Canadian Provinces we know today. Ours is an enduring story of men like you and I, who despite remarkable change and incredible challenges over the last 175 years, remain firm in our convictions to the principles of our founders and persevere in fostering and growing our brotherhood throughout North America. So now I'll give you a brief summary of how we are doing. The ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic wreaked havoc on the Greek life. Though the crisis is over, our chapters have not fully recovered. As I mentioned a moment ago, today we have 141 undergraduate chapters and provisional chapters in the US and Canada. Our undergraduate membership stands at nearly 9,500 men, and we are growing again. We also have about 30 graduate chapters. I say about because graduate chapters are primarily social in nature, and were also hard hit by the pandemic, and nearly all activities ceased. We are still assessing the status of many of our previously active graduate chapters, as not all our graduate chapters update us on their activities, and not all our graduate brothers send us the updated information. I mentioned the connection between graduate chapters and missing graduate brothers as a reminder that our graduate brothers are the strength of Phi Gamma Delta. We believe that Phi Gamma Delta is a lifetime commitment to the values that we espouse, and we were always cognizant of the time, energy, and love our graduate volunteers give to our brotherhood each year. Graduate brothers serve as advisors, mentors, and teachers to our undergraduate members, serving in the roles as section leaders, Purple Legionnaires, BCA members, and Housing Corps members. Yet not every chapter has a full complement of graduate volunteers. Not all the roles are filled, and we need more help. Of the 141 chapters we list today, 13 are operating without the crucial support of a Purple Legionnaire. We have 49 section leaders serving North America, though we still have 3 section leader posts lying vacant. Brothers, many of our chapters need guidance and support of experienced graduate brothers. Will you aid them? You have seen the articles in the magazine and doubtless heard of the many changes approved by the 174th Ecclesia last year. The Ecclesia gave us the authority to better respond to the hazing challenges our fraternity has been working to address for decades. The decisions of the Ecclesia better equip Phi Gamma Delta for the anticipated enrollment challenges colleges and universities will face in the coming decade, thus impacting our membership. We know that decades of educational and accountability efforts have not been effective enough to eliminate hazing. Hazing incidents continue to contribute to student injuries and, even more tragically, student deaths in fraternities and other organizations. Hazing incidents in Phi Gamma Delta have led to the closing of chapters. Since 2018, 18 Phi Gamma Delta chapters have been closed due to hazing. This is more than 10% of our fraternity's total chapters. 43 of the chapters have also been disciplined for hazing during the same time period. Hazing continues to damage our fraternity's reputation and has resulted in significant cost increases for our undergraduates. Our highest priority is the elimination of hazing from our member experience. Our response has been to develop a comprehensive new model to replace the traditional pledge model of joining by July 2024. The new model supports quality, values-based recruitment in place of traditional rush and evaluation through pledge programs. We have created innovative programs that utilize the positive aspects of the pledging model and new programming to provide a more fulfilling undergraduate experience. Enhancing the undergraduate experience is achieved with two exciting programs, the Growth System and Built to Lead. The Growth System is a continuous, modern, values-based recruitment approach which allows chapters to make a full and honest evaluation of a prospective member before extending them an invitation to join. It leverages technology, education to build recruitment skills, and advisor support to assist chapters in extending their recruiting efforts outside the traditional rush period and developing values-based criteria to identify prospects and ensure quality prior to initiation. Built to Lead is a multi-level development experience that begins from day one of affiliation and it extends throughout the undergraduate experience, with a keen focus on building and strengthening skills necessary for courageous leadership. Through a framework designed to match the variety of layers of the undergraduate experience, Built to Lead seeks to enhance bonding and commitment from the start and provides continued learning throughout a man's undergraduate years. The Built to Lead programs offer continued investment and engagement and a meaningful experience for all undergraduates that will provide more value to the experience and improve member retention. We are well underway in implementing the new model and ending the pledge programs in Phi Gamma Delta by July 2024. As of the spring 2023 semester, we have 57 chapters, early adopters we call them, who have already implemented the new model in the 2022-2023 academic year. We have another 25 early adopters signed up so far for fall 2023, and we are actively recruiting more chapters. Early adopters now number almost 60% of the total Phi Gamma Delta chapters and about 50% of the total undergraduate membership. The early results are promising. Thus far, chapters enrolled as early adopters in the new model have reported an approximately 18% increase in the number of men they are initiating compared to their historical 4-year average. The new model implementation is succeeding through the extraordinary efforts of our IHQ staff, especially Lauren Tanner Leaf and Noah Reeds, and through the assistance of our chapter coaches program. We have 17 trained coaches supporting chapters transitioning from the traditional pledge model to the new model. These coaches help our chapters create individualized plans, fine-tuned to each chapter's situation, campus, and recruiting environment. The coaches are a mix of Phi Gams and campus professionals, all willing to help our chapters implement the new model. As the number of early adopters grows, we're adding more coaches, as many as 15 more by the fall of 2023. Crucial initiatives like the new model implementation and developing graduate volunteers require a lot of resources and close monitoring. The ARC and I recognize the critical need for these initiatives to succeed, and we're working together with headquarters staff to keep all these initiatives moving forward. We have established multiple committees to focus additional resources, encouragement, and experienced insight into bringing these initiatives to fruition. For the new model, the ARCONS established the new model implementation and support subcommittee, focused on effectively progressing the new model implementation. This committee is developing timelines and key objectives for implementation and developing means to proactively recruit and incentivize all of our chapters onto the new model before the July 2024 deadline set by the Ecclesia. We're also working hard to improve the effectiveness of our graduate volunteer programs. We established the Committee on Volunteer Structure, led by former Archon Vice President Mark Smith, to examine all the graduate volunteer roles, structure, and positions. From their research, we seek to create a compelling structure for our graduate volunteers that, combined with practical training, will empower our graduate volunteers to be more effective in their roles as advisors and mentors to our undergraduate chapters and their leaders. Further to this goal, we have created the Volunteer Structure, Effectiveness, and Training Archon Subcommittee to work with the Section Leader Executive Committee and the Committee on Volunteer Structure to modernize our graduate volunteer roles and structure. We seek to strengthen the roles of the graduate volunteers and foster mentoring in support of the undergraduate chapter leadership. In closing, as we celebrate the first 175 years of our brotherhood, let us be mindful of the future of our fraternity. For our future hinges greatly upon the successful implementation of the new model as directed by the 174th Ecclesia. Our success requires undergraduate chapters that are composed of men of character and moral quality that represent the best and brightest in the diverse backgrounds represented on their campus. Making new member selection that is based on the strength of one's character, one's commitment to excellence, and one's devotion to education. Committed to promoting personal growth, belonging, and a significant fraternity experience that resonates throughout a member's life, a vibrant, powerful, and positive influence on all. Taking a stand against hazing, racism, sexual assault and misconduct, and underage alcohol consumption, making them all anomalies of the past. Providing a fraternity experience where young men find success in college and in their futures far beyond what their peers experience. This is the future of Phi Gamma Delta and the foundation on which the next 175 years of Phi Gamma Delta will be built. I am, and always will be, very proud to be a Phi Gamma. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you, Bill. Brothers, keep following throughout the day and into this evening as we have more yet to come. If you haven't done so already, and even if you have, I invite you to help us commemorate our 175th anniversary by making a gift at PhiGamGivingDay.org. Your gift will support the Fraternity Educational Foundation to help us make Phi Gamma Delta even stronger, and more importantly, to reinforce our belief that friendship is the sweetest influence.